All right, so out of all the jigs that I've tied, this is by far my most popular. And what I was doing when I started tying jigs is this has been my all-time favorite color. Every lake, any state I've been to, I always catch crappie on this jig. It's my all-time favorite. So that's what we're imitating on this one, is this color jig. And we got 1/8 ounce Patriot Baits jig head, red. I think number 4 sickle hook, which I'm getting ready to run out of. So Sam McPherson or Brandon, I need 108th and 116th. I'll message y'all later and let you know, but I might have to get some more of those. And since there's going to be a lot more red in this one, I'm going with all red for the base for my thread. The red head, red body, and red and chartreuse tail. We're going to go right to there. Cut that thread off. And we're going to put in just a silver tinsel flash in this one. Wrap it all the way down to the point of the hook. And what happens if you get too far down that hook where that bend is, your tinsel will want to go down that way. Same way with your tail material, whether it's feathers, rubber, it'll want to go that direction. So if you stop while the shank of the hook is still in straight, it'll tend to run straight. Or like I said, if you want it to point up, run it downhill. And since we're going to be using hackle on this, we're going to stop right there in the shank of the middle of the hook. But what we are using is strung neck hackle in red, and we're going to be using Antron Chanel medium red with sparkle in it for the body. That's how we're setting this jig up. So we're going to start out with, I cut 2 chartreuse feathers and 1 red feather, and just sandwich the red one in between 2 chartreuse feathers. Kind of straighten them out, even them out. That's going to be the tail of our jig on this one. And we're going to start the wrap halfway down. And I'm not going to wrap it tight because I'm going to want to situate this one some. I kind of like the way it's laying out, so we're going to go with that. We're going to go right to the point of the hook. And like I said, that's the reason for wanting, you see a lot of other guys on YouTube tie, and that's what they'll tell you. They'll stop right at that tip of that hook. Because if you start getting past where the tip of that hook is, then you also start getting the bend in the shank. Then we're going to go all the way back up. All the way back down to just a little bit before the shank of the hook, and that's where we're going to start our material at. And I start my chenille about the same point that I started my feathers, and the only reason it's a thick chenille, so I can run 1 layer of this on there, and that's going to be plenty to wrap that jig head. If it was a small chenille, I'd probably start tying it right here, and I'd wrap it all the way down and then wrap it back up to kind of help fill that up and give it a little more body. But you want at least a good 1/2 inch of that chenille started with your thread, and that's going to make it pretty tight. And we're going to put a glue base on, which is Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails. And I've used a lot of different clear fingernail polishes, hardeners, super glues, Honestly, I think it all works about the same. And we're gonna start wrapping. We're gonna pull it down pretty tight. You can see how much pressure I'm putting on it. You watch that jig head move up and down. I'll tell you what, we're gonna wrap that one more time. Well, I misjudged that Chanel. I should have ran it twice. But we're gonna see what we got. I might not like this one. We might do another one. I can tell you right now, I don't like it. It's not even. Maybe. I might change my mind when I get it done. It's awful fat and bulky right there. Let's see what happens. And see, sometimes when you tie new material, you might have to tie a jig, one or two, to see exactly how it's going to work. But I don't. That'll go in my box. I don't like how the body turned out. So let's try one more. Let's set that one off to the side. Let's do another one all the way from the beginning. Back to the same jig head. Sometimes it's trial and error. Real thin layer of fingernail polish hardener.
Everything's going to be all right.
Let's start wrapping.
They're teaching us a lot of new things. Things like, there ain't no good in an evil-hearted woman, and I ain't put out to be no Jesse Jane.
We're going to stop right there, and we're going to put our flash on.
Down in Mississippi, and there ain't no good change.
Let's just a piece of silver. I'm pretty sure this was tinsel flash. Right there, that's where we're going to stop at. Then we're going to cut our hackle. Comes like this. And I'm looking for the really sharp tips like that one right there. That's a good one. I like that one. So we're going to take one of those. Once we're going to use two of them. 1/8 ounce jigs, so we're going to make it, we're going to make them kind of long. And then, like I said, what I do is I stack them on top of each other, and I can't get my camera in a spot where I really can't show you. But I cut 2 chartreuse ones, 1 red one, sometimes stacking them is easier said than done, especially in the wintertime out here. In the wintertime, the static in the garage gets really bad, and it's hard to keep it, kind of hard to keep it under control. In the last couple weeks, you know, here in southwest Missouri, it's been, like they said, we had some like 24, 25 days with the temperature over 90 degrees, and the humidity was just unbelievable. And the humidity made a big difference on how the material sticking together and not wanting to stick together. And I do this in my garage and it's not air conditioned. So I took a break for a while, and now back into decent weather again. Let's wrap it all the way to the head. Let's go all the way back down one more time. All right, we're gonna stop right there. And we're gonna tie this in. So I'm not really sure how I want to do this one yet. Let's go back to the beginning. I'm gonna regret it, I can already tell. Alright, let's try it again. Let's see what happens. You know, if you ain't real sure how it's going to lay, don't glue your first layer down. So let's... Oh yeah. Try it one more time right there. Pull it out, let's cut it off. A little haircut right there. I got it. And we're gonna glue that down. Like I said, that was a different chenille. I never worked with that. Sometimes it's all a little bit of a learning experience. Sometimes the whole process of tying jigs has been a pretty good learning process. Cut a little bit of this flash off, and that's what we ended up with. And like I said, that's what we was looking for. And the thing about this jig versus this jig, once you've caught 4, 5, 6 crappie on this jig, this one's gone. It's done, it's over with. A lot more on this one. I'd order these, I used to buy these in bulk and I'd keep them in a box on my boat, and by the time, you know, I'd go through some and then the colors would fade, they'd dry out, you know, and there's ways to, you know, get them moist again. That just lasts a lot longer. I've always liked that color. I've always had good luck on that color. I sell them on my fishing page, Pomme Terre Crappie Company, Fishing Pomme Terre, or you get a hold of me on YouTube. That one, it's a jawbreaker. Comments, questions, let me know. Suggestions, anything. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell. And that is all I got for today. See ya.